Hi, I'm Mike. We all need a break, whether you realize it or not. Oftentimes, it's Erin who realizes that we need one more than anything. And each year she gets together with our neighbors and friends, Nick and Stephanie, and plans a getaway from the ranch. Now, it may last only a few days, but it's our only vacation from our Wyoming life. Welcome back, and thanks for coming along as we get a chance to leave the ranch. And it's a very rare thing. When you live and work in the same place, there's really no escape, and it's easy to get used to it. And that lack of separation, well, it's eventually gonna get to you. And that's where I can depend on Erin to know that that time is coming. Luckily, our neighbors and some of our best friends have the same trouble. Nick and Stephanie have their own electrical company here in town, and Nick will be the first to tell you that you have to get away. For him, it really is a question of sanity, although some would argue that he doesn't have a whole lot left anyway.
And that's what a dog feels like when he sticks his head out the window.
So this year, Erin and Stephanie have planned a trip for us to head out west, over the Rocky Mountains, and eventually to Idaho Falls, Idaho, a place that we've never been, but one that will definitely not be the ranch. The kids are coming along with Nick and Stephanie's daughter, Lainey, and we're off on our family vacation of 2019.
All of our last minute stuff. We almost forgot our toothbrush, and I almost left my purse.
This year, we're taking the mother-in-law's RV. She was happy enough to let us travel in it, and it makes all the difference when traveling with kids and Nick.
Oh my God.
Idaho Falls is 500 miles away, about 9 hours, up and over the Rocky Mountains. Now, driving is something you get used to in Wyoming, where the average distance between towns of 5,000 or more people is right around 100 miles. In fact, in the entire state of Wyoming, there are only 11 Walmarts and 2 Sam's Clubs. So, we're used to driving. But that trip up and over the mountains is still something you have to get used to, as we pass almost 10,000 feet and we encounter something we haven't seen in days. Snow.
Put your jacket on.
What do you got?
No, it's not. It's snow.
Then it's back down the other side and up again until we arrive almost 6 hours later at what some say is the most beautiful sight in Wyoming, the Tetons and the Grand Teton. At an elevation of almost 14,000 feet, the Tetons span over 40 miles and are 12 miles wide. On the edge of Jackson Hole, these mountains have been the setting of many westerns, including The Big Trail and the western classic Shane in 1953. Today it's a stop for us and a reminder of the almost surrealistic beauty of Wyoming. I sometimes picture buffalo wandering this prairie hundreds of years ago, and I can only feel humbled and very lucky to be a part of this and to be standing here today. These are the scenes that make our past, and I can't help but wonder over the eyes that have set sight here before, or those that first came through this valley, to be stopped in awe and wonder. To have something like this come out in front of you, unexpected, these are the moments that you never forget. And I think that's how it is even for kids who may not quite fathom what they see, but everything for them is a first time, and everything is amazing. As we hit the road again, I'm also reminded to see the world as a kid and to be amazed, because it can be amazing. So here's a little secret about Wyoming. If you don't live in Jackson, you don't really think of it as part of Wyoming. It's its own little bubble, a tourist destination, surrounded by those that can't afford to live there. And as we drive through, that's what it is, an oddity, with traffic. About 10 hours after leaving home, we arrive in Idaho Falls and head straight for our home away from home, a small house on the outskirts of town, where we will call our base of operations as we venture out and explore the area for a few days.
Made it. Oh my God.
What we got in here? Hi there, I'm Mackenzie, and I'm going to be giving you a tour of the house that we're going to be staying in. This is the kitchen where we'll be doing our baking, and where everybody's moving in. Everybody's in the kitchen. This is the living room where me and Gracie will be staying. We have a bed right here. So next, we have where Mommy and Daddy and Lincoln will be staying. Then you might be wondering, do you guys have a downstairs?
Yep.
Yes, we do. This is the bedroom area where Gracie and Lincoln are hanging out. And then we have another bathroom right here, and that's just a closet. Then we have this room. I don't know, Lainey is staying in this one. Pretty sure, yep, it's Lainey. Nick and Stephanie are in here.
Going outside.
And that's pretty much the rest. So that's pretty much all of the house.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Do you want to start a cooking show on Our Wyoming Life?
Sure.
Okay. So you gotta explain to us what we're doing here.
I got one steak from the ranch. We put it on the grill. One steak for everybody.
Are they all gonna fit?
We're gonna make them fit. Little pepper. Little salt. A little more salt. Something like that. Salt and pepper give it some flavor. And we got some vegetables going in some tinfoil. Not 100% sure what vegetables. And we're just gonna close this up, let it cook for a little bit. Keep drinking this, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so after we've had one refill of this, we have flipped the steaks, and now this is on the opposite side.
What are you putting on there?
Little garlic salt. And a little garlic salt on this one. And then we're golden that way.
Now explain to us why you have to flip these.
Well, if you cook them on one side, they'll be totally black and raw on the other side. Hence, flipping a steak.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a science, and everybody does it different. We're all hungry, and this is the grill we have to work on, so we're gonna eat soon. Oh yeah.
Okay, so what'd you make?
Apparently we made some broccoli, onion,
veggies.
carrot, medley. It'll be fabulous. Can you smell that? Ooh, it smells delish.
But it's not until after dinner and the next day when we get our vacation really started.
All right, we're in we're in Idaho Falls, anyway, at the East Idaho Aquarium, where we've been invited to come check this place out. I've been told that there's sharks, there's fish, there's lizards, there's turtles, and all kinds of cool stuff that the kids are gonna love, and we might find shocking as well.
This is Rufus. He's an African porcupine and hangs out here at the East Idaho Aquarium. You can come visit him anytime. He's friendly, and he loves to be petted. He's a welcome surprise as we get a chance to explore what we rarely get to see, from rescue parents to stingrays, and even the electric eel.
Here, see that? This is an electric eel. Check this out. So if you touch these two things, it gives you the charge that the electric eel has. Oh, jeez! It's got some zip to it.
Electrical shock, but it's like a low, like a buzz.
Come on,
kinda
Nick,
goofy.
touch it.
Come on, Nick, you can do it.
Scoot over if I seize.
You're an electric electrician.
I hate that stuff.
That's 600 volts.
We found the aquarium to be one of the highlights of our trip. The kids loved it, and we encourage you to stop by if you're ever in the area and say hi to Rufus also. Our days on vacation are mostly spent just finding adventure. When Erin spots a dairy farm beside the road, we get a chance to stop by and explore, meet some of their animals. Well, because you never can escape the power of the cow. Each day on vacation, we head out. One day visiting a zoo, the next a flight museum, but always making sure it's about seeing what we don't get exposed to at home. We take to the road again, heading into Montana, visiting the Museum of the Rockies, and celebrating Nick's birthday on the road as well.
Everybody has to wear birthday hats.
Like a birthday, dear Noah.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you.
Good. All right.
Okay, make a wish.
Blow them out, big kid. Okay, ready?
Clean.
That was awesome. You blew them out with your telekinetic powers.
Another wonderful surprise that happened on the way home was that Grace hit a milestone in her life on the trip.
Gracie lost her first tooth.
Gracie, smile.
She's okay. She's feeling a little shy right now. Okay, let's go sit down, okay? Okay, I'll get you a
There you go.
napkin, okay?
But after 4 days, it is time to get home, where life is waiting for us back on the ranch.
So we're back home, and now it's time to get everything unpacked out of the RV. Maybe start a little laundry, and then it's back to work.
So after 4 days away, I'm ready to be home. It's hard not to be. You eventually start thinking about all the things that need done, and as nice as it would be to travel the countryside and have birthdays and lose teeth together, the kids, and then someday me, eventually you have to come back to real life. Haying begins in just days. We're waiting for a few days to roll by so we can get to nice weather to actually get rolling. You can imagine how frustrating it can be to just start out and then get rained out. So while we wait a bit for the rain to pass, well, then it's time to go, go, go. And we hope that you can be with us as we start harvest, cutting, breaking, and baling hundreds of acres for the cows to eat all winter long. But that's next time. Until then, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in Our Wyoming Life.